Hi everyone, this is Brad with Curious Archaeology. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're out at the Hogeye. We're digging moon dust again today. We have Lucky and Wags, the two stray dogs that have been up here. They've been my digging buddies the last couple of weeks. And it's been pretty slow. We're getting, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 flakes per load. I decided to not do an intro video until I found something. Well, guess what? I just found an incredible knife. Oh, it's beautiful. It's right down here. I was kind of standing over here and putting the sand on the table, and just when I was walking along the clay here, I looked over and I saw an artifact. It's on the other side of this sand clod right here. It's a beautiful knife. I've already picked it up. I think it's whole too. But these nice little puppers brought me some luck. All right, guys, this is going to be a crazy pull. This is one of my nicest hand dig finds. It's right here. All right. There's a little bit of sun right here. I'm just going to roll it out in here, sitting on this clod. Look at this. Amazing, beautiful knife, and it is whole too. Look at this, how amazing. The tip's not broken, it's all there. I've already inspected it. Wow. How amazing. I wish I would have found this in situ, but this is really cool nonetheless. Wow, looks like it's made out of some Georgetown. It's got to be close to 5 inches or so. I'm just going to set it down here for a second. This is where it came from. Amazing, amazing. What a start we're off to this morning. I think it's November 3rd. We're digging moon dust, and there's amazing artifacts here. All right, I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna get some more pictures and videos of that artifact while it has that sand clod on there. Once you take it off, you can't put it back, so. All right, guys, this is gonna be a great day. Thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll be back. All right, we're back. It's only been about 10 minutes since we found the knife, and we just pulled a clear fork gouge off the table. We caught it on the time lapse. This is a nice artifact. I know it's hard to see. We'll clean it up later, but this is an adze or a woodworking tool. A beautiful clear fork gouge. We'll take it. All right, maybe a dart point is next. We'll get back to it. Okay, not even a minute later, we have another artifact, guys. This is authentic as it gets. I can't make this up. It's been slow. The last dig, I did not even find a diagnostic artifact. Not even a broke. Looks like we got something here. I've already picked it up. It's definitely a point. It's a little one. Could be broken, or it could just have a really beveled tip on it, but it's definitely a dart point. Look at that little thing. I think it's got a little tip damage. So this is likely an early archaic little dart point of some sort. I thought it was a flake. I picked it up, and at first glance Thought it was just a flake, but that's definitely a beveled little blade there and a little base. We'll take it. It's got a little ancient tip damage, but it's a good study piece. All right, we just got a gouge, a knife, and this little dart all within probably 25 minutes. How cool is that? Thanks for hanging out, guys. We're getting into them. We'll most definitely be back with another. All right, so we're back. The blade we found was right in here. It's really shallow here and the clay ramps up real high, and I'm just scraping with my shovel. I hit a piece of chert and it's a broken base to an artifact just a couple of inches from the clay. This is a beautiful piece. Let me zoom in. A really neat base. Beautiful flaking on there. All right, so the question is, could this type dart point be associated with that blade? Perhaps. Try to stay open-minded about the typology on these knives especially. All right, that's what I'm looking at. Let's take a look. Pull it out here. Looks like an archaic piece, maybe. It's got a parallel sided stem, kind of square or rectangular. All right. Okay, we're right here under these roots, and I just found a nice chopper made out of chert. It's a big one. A really nicely made chopper. Cool artifact. It'll be fun to wash this one up. This is probably the largest one of these that I found here. I have over a dozen stone choppers. Just another part of their toolkit. Welcome back. It's time to do a cleanup video. These are our finds from this last dig. I went ahead and cleaned up a couple just to save some time. Let's start off with this large chopper. These are really cool. So this would have been used to crush large bones to get the bone marrow out. It's a large piece of chert, and they've worked it just enough to where it's got a really blunt tip on it. A perfect tool for crushing bone. So that's a really cool artifact. It's got the orange cortex on it. It's kind of a grayish colored chert. All right. Also, right next to that, there was this hammerstone. It's a beautiful little tool used for knapping to remove the flakes from the chert cobbles. So that's a nice artifact. Kind of have it over there with his friend. All right, let's start with this piece here. I did not film the pull of this artifact, but this is a base to a broken blade. And notice the dark color chert, almost black. That's pretty rare. And I also noticed that when I was cleaning my flakes off, I had some really dark flakes as well. I'll show you those. And I believe that these flakes here came from the making of this broken blade. I think they're the byproduct from it. This is why I keep my flakes whenever I hand dig. There's a lot of context there. A lot of times you can match the material. And it seems like all of these match. So that's just a really interesting piece there. I just thought I would share that. All right, let's go over our brokes. So we have, looks like 3 bases to broken points. This would have been a large yay wall. There's probably 90% of the point missing here. But let's give it a dip. So those are usually kind of the early archaic time period, I believe. All right, let's look at this base next. Let's give it a dip and get that sand off of there. I'll let this one soak. This is another base to a broken artifact. Let it soak a little bit. This point looks like it has some heat damage to the one I'm holding, but the material's absolutely brilliant. It would have been some amazing material. Very, very translucent, almost like glass. So again, just the base. All right, set that over there. And then for the one in the water, this could be, it's just hard to tell. This could be another yay wall, just with a little bit different base and a small dart. Looks like that one might have had an impact fracture on it. All right, I found these together, so that's why we're setting them there off to the side. And then we also had this nice clear fork gouge. It's got this really neat red piece of Cortex on there. I've already cleaned it off just to save a little bit of time here. We're running out of daylight. To speed things up, this is definitely worth looking at, this adze or woodworking tool. All right, there's that side with a little bit of that red Cortex left on there. And then the opposite side. Okay. Set that down. Then the last 2 artifacts here. Let's start first with this little point. It's got a really steep bevel on it. I'm gonna call it just an early archaic piece. We don't even need to give it a dip. It's not that dirty. Just a cute little point. When I first picked it up, I thought it was a flake. But then when I saw the base, I knew it was a point. Made out of Georgetown blue, that same material that the knife is made out of. Just missing the tip. All right. And then finally, this amazing knife. Just an incredible artifact. Get a good look here. One last time before we wash the sand off. Digging over in moon dust. We have the 2 new dogs that are out here. Wags and Lucky. And boy, did they bring us some good luck with this piece. Okay, we got the water in the large reservoir. We're gonna just let this soak for a second. All right, we finally got the sand off of it. Let's take a look. It's got the beautiful white Cortex on the tip and towards the base. Beautiful artifact. I really like this other side, the flaking style here. Kind of goes towards that midline. And then you got the 3 little, or medium rather, strikes there at the base. It's made out of Georgetown blue, Edwards chirp, some of my favorite material. I do not have a knife made out of this material. So I'm feeling very grateful today. All right, we'll be back with another video. Thanks for hanging out and thanks for watching. As always, stay curious.